Hey miners, welcome back. It's Phoub. Before I start, I want to preface this video by making it clear that this is my very biased take as a gunner main, and nothing I say should be taken as gospel. Every class has their place in the game and is just as powerful as the next. Today I want to talk about something that came to me while playing my favorite class in DRG. When talking about mobility in Deep Rock, the first dwarf that comes to mind is Scout. Now while I won't debate the fact that Scout has the power to circumnavigate practically any obstacle, I will talk about areas where other classes' mobility is more useful. So today I want to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of each class's method of traversal, and why I feel Gunner is in practice not even remotely close to his stereotype as the slowest dwarf. It is undebatable that the grappling hook is the fastest and most vertical mobility tool in DRG. However, it comes with a catch. You have to play Scout. While I don't want you to think I hate him, Scout is very much limited in his ability to avoid danger. The Scout is only able to focus on one enemy at a time. Because of his low swarm clearing power, he finds difficulty accessing entire areas of the cave during portions of a mission. The Deep Core, M1000, and Bolt Shark specifically are limited in swarm killing ability. While these are powerful items, they are best at longer ranges. Therefore, using them limits your positioning choices. Scout's other weapons, those more powerful against hordes, the Boomstick, Zooks, and Drak, provide a much needed close range punch. But they are hit and run weapons. Despite the close range abilities of these weapons, you are only able to stay at this range until you overheat or need to reload. Scout has the ability to go anywhere, but not the ability to survive anywhere, and to me, mobility involves the freedom of actually staying where you want to go. Of course, everything I say about each class's strengths and weaknesses won't stop me from playing them. While I could go on about how good Scout actually is, I would still argue that Scout's power is often overshadowed by other classes. I wouldn't bet on anyone thinking of the Engineer as the most mobile class in the game. However, I still want to highlight how he interacts with the concept of mobility. Engineer is normally thought of in the aspect of the firepower he brings to missions. His secondary weapons are particularly devastating, and his turrets undoubtedly useful, but to me the platform gun is criminally overlooked. The platform gun has the ability to heavily mitigate fall damage while also providing vertical access, either placing platforms for scouts to comfortably mine minerals from, or building staircases to reach small plateaus or cave entrances. I would argue though, that all of this movement power is lost during combat. Engineer's role in DRG is as a defensive class, so during a fight he is stuck defending a chosen area, his turrets basically gluing him in place. In the case of Engineer's secondary weapons, like scouts, they are best used at long to mid ranges. Using the breach cutter or shard diffractor within spitting distance of an enemy leaves you without an escape plan if the enemy survives, and it's self-explanatory why you wouldn't want to use the PGL that close. The Engineer is a fan favorite and a welcomed asset to any team, but in terms of mobility, he's a fundamentally defensive class, which limits his traversal during combat. But he is definitely more generalized than other classes. The Driller is possibly the most unique class in Deep Rock, and debatably the most complex. His mobility is augmented by the titanium power drills. When playing a game where the entire environment is destructible, having the ability to power through walls is indispensable. These drills have a lot of utility, but when the Driller finds himself in combat, the power of the drills is lower. Because of their slower speed, they seldom aid in escaping dangerous situations. In a fight, drills are best for opening up sight lines by clearing obstacles or digging shallowly into the wall to create a bunkie. The drills are also limited by the fact they can only operate within the terrain. If you want to get somewhere higher, you have to dig around the entire open structure of the cave. Driller's ability to clear through hordes of enemies is devastating, but when larger enemies arrive, he has to maneuver himself into a place where he is more effective. If he wants to accomplish this, the drills are not an ideal choice. While very useful, in these aspects the drills are somewhat circumstantial. Driller's place in DRG as a competent fighter is not as dependent on his drills as it is on his complex strategies. This is probably where I would put some sort of segue to... Finally, for the gunner. He is often considered a slow character because he has no abilities that grant momentary speed. This is one of the reasons I recommend always taking dash playing him. While the gunner isn't exactly fast, he has the ability to avoid hazards easily, and the ability to bring himself wherever he wants, with the freedom to stay there. There are 3 contributing factors to this freedom: his zipline launcher, his weapons, and his shield. When talking about support tools in Deep Rock, the zipline launcher is usually the last one that comes to mind. The platform gun and power drills take a reasonable amount of time to create new pathways and are very reliant on terrain. The zipline launcher setup is near instant and is usable almost wherever you could be standing. It shares these aspects with the grappling hood. It does have some features that distinguish it from the grapple though. The zipline launcher only has 3 or 4 uses, but it lets you stay in the air and creates a pathway usable by the whole team. In many cases, the verticality of the zipline launcher is indispensable. It is the easiest method of occupying open air. It's hard to understate how useful this is in a game where the majority of the enemy's attacks are so short range. The ability to change direction while on the zipline enables you to avoid threats or quickly disembark when sufficiently in danger. Gunner's most iconic trait, his weapons, allow him to access areas by clearing enemies more efficiently than any other class. Playing Gunner, you are never outgunned. If you can construct your build properly, you will be able to deal with both hordes of smaller enemies and heavier single enemies. The coiled gun particularly aids in your mobility options as it lets you target enemies in different rooms. So powerful are these weapons, literally stripping the flesh off of your enemy, rending all matter of creature to a broken salad of tendons and meat and fluids, continuing until they're all dead, all dead, all dead, all dead, all dead, all dead, all There is one item though that is more important to Gunner than any other. It is in my opinion that Gunner's shield is the most useful item in his kit. The shield is incredibly effective not just as a defensive tool, but also for its multiple mobility applications. Its ability to keep enemies out of an area while filling your own personal shield gives you the freedom to park yourself wherever you like, such as next to boss enemies or environmental hazards. This power also lets you access mission objectives, down players, and resupplies. With the use of your shield, you can negate one of the zipline launcher's biggest weaknesses. By placing your shield down at the end of your zipline, you can avoid starting your journey defenseless. If you were only able to place the shield on yourself, it would still be incredibly effective. However, as a chuckable item, you can deliver it ahead of yourself so other dwarfs can use it just that bit sooner. Because of this aspect of the shield, you can also place it at a distance beneath you to reduce fall damage. With the use of all of these abilities, the Gunner is an offensive class who is practically suited for any situation. So if you're just starting your career with Deep Rock Galactic, or you are a longtime miner with less experience using this class, I would recommend a healthy diet of zipline riding, bubble shields, and military-grade heavy weapons. In Deep Rock Galactic, every class has their strengths and weaknesses. While Gunner is physically slow, the actual mobility that can be achieved while playing as this class is, in my opinion, greater than any other dwarf. Even though every dwarf is viable for every mission and perfect in their own way, my favorite class will always be Gunner. This is the first video I've produced that's over 5 minutes, and making a video this long has taken a lot more effort than anything I've ever posted before. So, it means a lot that anyone decided to listen to my ramblings. This video is somewhat of a test to see if people would watch this kind of content. If you do want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe or leave feedback in the comments. I want to thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care and have a good night.